Welcome to another Affinity Photo tutorial. It's a slow day down here in San Antonio, so I figured I'd throw another one up for you. In this one, we're going to be recreating this retro groovy text effect inside of Affinity Photo, so let's go ahead and get started. I'll get rid of what we have here, and what we'll do is we'll just start off with a plain black background on a pixel layer. First thing we need to do is we need to come in and create our text. So I'm going to grab the artistic text tool, and for this I'm using a font called Korg, K-O-R-G-E, and this is the regular version of it. I found it on dafont.com, and we're going to go and just drag it out and type in the word groovy, and then we'll go ahead and center that up on our document here and just kind of move it up just a little bit. So what we need to do is we need to duplicate this layer right away, so Command J, and then we'll hide this top layer, leave it as a text layer, but hide it. Let's come down to the next one down here, and if you look along your toolbar here at the top, you're going to see this button that says Convert to Curves. So we're going to go ahead and convert that to curves, and what that did is created a group with separate layers for each letter, and each letter is now a curve, so they're fully editable. So what we need to do here is we're going to select our layers, all of them, all the letters, and we're going to come up here to Stroke, and let's turn the stroke width up to 1. And then we're going to make sure that the color is white. And then let's come to Fill, and let's get rid of the fill completely. So all we're left with is this outline of the word. So we'll go ahead and close up that group. And for right now, we're just going to right-click on that group and rasterize and trim it because we want it all on one layer. So now we're going to make our retro effect out of this. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that the Move tool is chosen. And then by hitting the Enter button, it's going to invoke this Move Duplicate dialog. So first thing we do is click on Duplicate. So we're making duplicates. We're going to make sure that we click on Insertion Mode is behind the original item. We're going to bring our vertical down. We'll go with 10 pixels there. And we're going to bring our scale down. Let's go to about 95. And then we're just going to increase our number of copies here. So we get about towards the middle of the document. That's good, right about there. If you want to go smaller, you can, instead of increasing the number of copies, you can reduce the scale even more, but we want to leave it to where we can kind of see those steps in there, and we'll click OK. Now that we've done that, we're going to group all of these pixel layers together and group those. And then since we're not going to mess with those anymore, we're going to go ahead and rasterize and trim that layer, or turn it into a single pixel layer. Now let's turn on this top text layer again, and let's go into Layer Effects. And what we'll do here to give it the groovy look is we'll come to a gradient overlay, and right now it's going left to right, so we're going to change the angle to 270, and we'll click on the gradient square here. We'll start off with our first color, and we'll make that purple. We're going to add in or insert another color node in the middle here, change that to green, and you can use any colors that you like. And we'll take that last one and make it a burnt orange, because I remember back in the 70s, burnt orange was like a really popular color. All right, and then to that, let's go ahead and add in a bevel and emboss, and we'll go with an inner bevel. We'll separate the radius and the depth here so we can kind of fine tune our look, what we want. That's looking pretty groovy. Let's add in an outer glow. We'll change the color on that to a purple as well, maybe like a slightly brighter purple, and we'll bring the radius up on that. And the last thing we'll do is we'll give it an outline, and we'll make the outline white and just kind of increase it till we get a nice border there, but so we can still see our outer glow. And we'll accept that. So now all we need to do to transfer this over to this back layer here is grab that layer effect, drag it right down onto there. And you can see right now that's taking all the effects with it. So we're going to amend that just a little bit. We'll come into those layer effects. We don't need the bevel and emboss on that. We don't need the outline on that. And right now you could decide to leave like the gradient overlay and the outer glow, or maybe get rid of the outer glow. I kind of like it with the outer glow on there, and we can always bring the intensity of that down just a little bit if we want to see some more of the lines. But that looks good right about there. And that's really the effect. So now we'll go ahead and add in the lower text layer, and this is easier now because we already have all the effects built. We'll come back to our text tool. It's still Korg, and then right here we'll type in text. And again, we will center this on the document, maybe move it down just a little bit, and then we'll duplicate it, Command J, hide that top layer, come to the bottom layer here, make sure it's chosen, come up and convert to curves, and then we'll open up that group. We'll select all those individual letters, come up to stroke, make sure that our stroke width again is 1 and it's white. Come to our fill layer, turn that off. So we're left with just the outline. So now we can close that group up. We will rasterize and trim that. Again, we'll turn on our move tool, hit enter to bring up our move duplicate dialog box. Select duplicate, select insertion mode, insert the new items behind the original. This time we're going to go with a vertical of -10, and we'll go with the scale. We'll start off at 95 again, bring the number of copies up to where it meets the bottom of that. And if we want it to be even with that, we can increase the scale up a little bit, or maybe take a copy out. That looks pretty good right there. We'll go ahead and click OK. Group all those pixel layers together, rasterize and trim those. Turn on our top layer again. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to copy this layer effect from our Groovy text, drag that onto that one. And what we'll do here, you don't have to, but I kind of wanted to make it symmetrical. We'll come to the gradient overlay. We'll change the angle 180 degrees. That's good with that. Same thing, we'll grab the layer effect off this stutter pattern here, drag that up to this one, open it up, grab the gradient overlay, and again, flip that 180 degrees. And there you go. And what I did on the thumbnail is I just put a little flare in the middle there, but you can do whatever you want with this. You can group it all together, tilt it sideways. Pretty short one, but interesting way of using the Move Duplicate tool and also creating a retro effect. So if you enjoyed this, please hit the like button or think about subscribing to the channel. And till next time, peace. Talk to you later. Bye.